Hey TayBaes, it's Taya. Welcome back to my channel. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this video, but you probably just saw those initial clips of where I tried to do a first impressions of the new Fenty Powder Foundation in the shade 410, and let's just say it didn't go too well.
Yeah, you guys, so as I just mentioned in this clip, the first try with this foundation did not work out for me. What you're about to see is the footage from the day before when I tried it out, but you can definitely skip ahead. Look for the timestamps down in the description box if you want to go straight to the shade that worked for me. All right, here we go.
Hey TayBaes, it's Taya. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a makeup video. You guys, I picked up the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation. This one does have 50 shades, just like the liquid foundation has as well, so that's awesome. I picked up the foundation in the shade 410, which is the same shade that I typically wear in the liquid version of the foundation as well. So I went ahead and just kind of stuck with what I know. This foundation does retail for $36. And I did pay for this foundation and also for all 5 of these gloss bomb creams with my own money. This is not a sponsored video. On the box it says that it gives you a medium to full coverage for all, light as air, flawless filter effect. So that's what we're going for with this powder foundation. Okay, so now that I have went ahead and applied some of the concealer to my under eye, I'm going to go ahead and start applying this foundation. Okay, so I've got some applied to the sponge and I'm just going to, what? Okay, let's talk through these. This color is definitely not giving me the color that I was expecting, unfortunately. I typically wear this 410 and the Fenty Beauty liquid foundation, and I got the same color in the powder foundation, and what I am noticing is that they're not the same. That's alarming. Wow. Yeah, you guys, so this is definitely too dark. My neck is not matching my face at all. So if you could learn anything from this video, is that if you typically wear the same foundation shades that I do, or if you're a match for me, you probably do not want to get this 410 in the powder foundation. You're welcome. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if this video will ever even see the light of day. This video may very well get scrapped. This video, you may or may not see this video, but if you are seeing this video right now, click the like button, make me feel better, please. Thank you. Okay. Hey TayBaes, it's Taya. Welcome back to my channel. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this video, but you probably just saw those initial clips of where I tried to do a first impressions of the new Fenty Powder Foundation in the shade 410, and let's just say it didn't go too well. It was a little bit of a fail, but that's okay because it let us know that that color is not going to work for us if you are a color match for me. So today is the next day, you guys. I look completely different. I know I switched up my hair, I switched up my nails today. It's just a completely different day and I wanted to start fresh. I was pretty frustrated yesterday. So I did go to Sephora in store this time. The other one I ordered online, but I did go to Sephora in store to get another one in a different shade to try, you guys. So I wear 410 in the liquid foundation, and from what I heard and read, you could just get the same shade in the powder foundation. That didn't work for me, so I went back and had a lady help me to match myself, and it seems like $3.90 surprisingly is going to be the shade that hopefully works for us today. So let's try this again. Clean slate, fresh start. Okay, you guys, so I have gone ahead and pulled the $3.90 out of the package. I cannot show you a side-by-side comparison of the two because I actually exchanged this, so I completely returned the other color to get this color, but I know I have a clip from when I recorded last night, so I'll try to add a side-by-side here so you can kind of compare these two shades. But this is what the shade $3.90 is looking like. So I'm hoping for the best. To be honest with you, when the ladies swatched it in store, it looked like it's going to be a really good match, which is surprising because this is not a color that I would have just picked up at all. So this is the Sephora powder that I normally use, just so you can kind of see what those look like next to each other. So since we do have this chance to start completely fresh, I am going to do a couple of things different in my application today. Yesterday, I tried to start off with this Fenty Beauty mattifying primer as a base, and that went crazy. Yesterday was just, it was really a super fail, you guys. A lot of things were going wrong. I used that, and then I used this CoverGirl concealer and the Fenty Beauty powder, which I don't normally use. I bought it and I really honestly don't use it at all, but I wanted to use as much Fenty product as I could. And it started doing a lot of scaling, a lot of crazy stuff on my face. So I actually had to remove that part as well. So this is probably a good thing because we have an opportunity to just kind of start over. I know I did a lot of talking in the first portion, so I'm going to try not to talk as much.
Nothing detected at the front door.
So I'm going to try not to do as much talking this time around, and I'll just kind of let you know what I'm...
Motion detected at the driveway.
Boy. I'm just going to kind of speed through this part until we can skip ahead to the actual foundation application, just to keep this video shorter and to the point. So here we go. Keep on watching. Okay, guys, so I have concealed my under eyes and also applied some powder to set that as well. So I used the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, and then I set it with the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in medium deep, and it's looking pretty good. I'm not going to conceal anything else on my face, not concealing any of these dark marks that I'm sure you can see here on my cheeks. So I just want to see what the powder is able to do on its own without any extra concealing. So I'm going to first apply the powder foundation to the left side of my face. I'm going to use the sponge that comes with the foundation. Again, I know I don't normally use these, but just like I did with that 410 color, I'm gonna go in the same way and just see how it applies with this sponge first. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply it to this left side of my face, and I'm gonna start here. So yeah, this color definitely matches. It's definitely matching me better than the 410 did. I'm just gonna go in on this whole left side of my face, Coverage listed on the website is a medium coverage, but I believe that it's supposed to be something that is very buildable. This powder delivers a non-cakey blurred finish with no flashback. The buildable light to full coverage formula loves to be layered without settling into fine lines or clogging the look of pores. It's also sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. So this is my face without anything on it. The right side of my face, it doesn't have any foundation on it at all. And this side does have the powder foundation on it. I'm not sure if you all can tell much of a difference from the camera right now, but I will say that looking in my mirror that I have right in front of me, I can definitely see that this kind of smoothed me out a little bit, and it's covering up just a little bit. You can definitely still see my dark marks coming through on my cheek, especially this one. This is a really dark mark. It's a fairly recent one too, but it did a little something. I cannot say at this point that I'm like particularly wowed at all, but this is what we got so far. So yeah, taking this full flawless face brush, and I'm just going to tap into the foundation with this powder brush. Definitely get some product on here, and then I'm going to tap onto my face on the right side. I'm going to start kind of buffing it out. Buffing it out with this brush. Okay, so I have now applied the foundation to the right side of my face using this face brush from Bare Minerals. So on the left side here, again, I used the sponge that came in the compact with the foundation. And on the right side, I used the brush. I tapped into it a couple of times, but in general, this is like 1.5 layers. This is definitely a lighter coverage on both sides of my face. I can definitely tell that there's kind of like a layer of something. There's a little bit of smoothing going on. I can definitely see a difference between when we first started this portion of the video and now. So I can tell that there's something on my face. To me, this wouldn't be enough coverage necessarily, so I am going to go ahead and try to build this up a little bit more. It does say that this is a very buildable foundation, so we're going to just kind of test that out. What do y'all think? Do y'all feel like this is covering up pretty well? And at this point, I can definitely see that it is covering up a little bit more. If you look over here at this dark mark, you can still see that through. So definitely still not a full coverage level by any means. I can tell that if I continue to apply it, I could build it up and build it up until it gets to a suitable level of coverage. But to be honest with you, this right here is pretty good for me. I do see myself wearing this powder foundation for days when I want to have a bit of a more natural look, and I do think that this is giving me a very natural level of coverage that I am pretty comfortable with. It definitely has smoothed me out a little bit. I can see a little bit of a contrast right now for my under eye setting powder and the rest of my face. I am going to kind of finish it up now. I'll put another layer all over my face with this looser brush just to kind of blend everything in together, and then talk to you a little bit more about how I'm feeling at this point about this foundation. Okay, you guys, I am back. I have finished up my face, and this is what we are looking like with the powder foundation applied with the rest of the face as well. What are we thinking? I will say that after I applied this powder foundation in the shade 390 and kind of started to build it up a little bit with additional layers as well, I started to realize that this also isn't the most exact match for me right now. However, I will say that I really do think that part of the problem is that, one, it's wintertime and fall/wintertime. Is it winter yet? The other thing is that, you know, I've been indoors so much over the last several months that I'm definitely lighter than I typically am, so it's kind of hard for me to match right now. But do want to note that there is still a little bit of a difference between my chest color, my chest and neck color, and this foundation shade on my face. I don't think that it's too bad, but I definitely notice it. I may or may not notice it more when I go back and edit this footage, but just wanted to point that out. All in all, I will say that this still looks a lot better than that 410 looked on me. That was just not going to work at all. Besides that, I think that I have a little bit of a glow to me, but I know that's not the foundation at all. But I will say that I am an extremely oily girl. I have very oily skin. This time around, I did not put a primer on underneath this foundation, but I actually really kind of like the fact that it seems like my oils are soaking up the powder, and I feel like what typically would be an oily face for me is coming across as a kind of glowy face for me. Let me know if you see what I'm talking about, but I feel like I'm kind of glowing, and I didn't put on any products that would make me glow. I actually really like how my skin looks. Because you can still kind of see some of my imperfections through this, I feel like it looks very natural. Definitely very, very skin-like, which I think is one of the claims of this foundation. So I really, really do like that. I think that I would continue to use this powder. This is probably not a foundation that I would wear if I had like a photo shoot to do or something like that. Something where I want it to be very, very like no blemishes, nothing super put together, polished, like plastic face. You know, this is probably not the foundation I would wear for that. But if I wanted a more natural but still flawless look, this could definitely work for that. I feel like I look very pretty right now. I'm not mad at it. I'm here for a natural look any day, so I really do appreciate the fact that my skin still looks like skin, for sure. Yeah, I'm looking on the packaging and it says that it is light as air. That's 100% true. I cannot feel the product on my face at all. And I put a few layers, as you saw in the footage, I put a few layers on, but it feels like nothing. It feels very weightless. The full coverage piece of it, I would have to play around with it a little bit more, build it up a little bit more to say that, but I definitely didn't build it up to that level. Yeah, you guys, that is basically my thoughts on this Fenty powder foundation in a nutshell. I definitely want to hear what all of you think about it as well, so please do let me know. I did also pick up all of the new Fenty Gloss Bomb creams. So
if you are interested in seeing those swatches, then please do make sure that you check out that video after this one.
Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Hopefully you got something from this and maybe saw something that you might want to pick up as well. I'm going to try to leave some links to each of these down in the description box as well. If you are new to my channel, please do make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button before you take off to join the family. Please do make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button before you take off as well. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.